Live from Los Angeles, it's Hump Day and time for the Kruse Control Show. And here's our host, Brian Kruse.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Wednesday, February 26, 2025. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you had a fantastic Tuesday. We had a great time on Monday, as always. Great to have Ernest on for the first time. That was fun. Happy to be back here on a hump day. Good to see you, Queen, as always. My Queen! Happy to have you back. Everybody out there, welcome to Kruse Control. Have a great time tonight. Lots to talk about. A lot going on. Let's dive right into it, because, of course, he's here, guys. Our technical director himself, Mr. G.R. Waters. What's up, Thursday, Daddy?
Oh, just drinking, Brian. Non-alcoholic tonight.
Oh, I'm like, damn, GR, just drinking. People have been thinking you've been drinking all the time, GR. They'll be like, yeah, GR's just getting in there. Just getting in there.
Well, I got to live up to my name, don't I?
Yeah. Yeah, Peppy, the thirstiest. Yeah, that's what you are, GR. How was your Tuesday? Was it good? You have a good day, good hump day so far too?
So far, hump day's been okay. I mean, doing fun things like laundry, having so much fun.
Yeah. I've done all of the laundry the past few days, so I feel you. I've done all of the laundry. If there was laundry to be done, it is now over with. It's conquered, and it's moved on until tomorrow. But good to see you, GR. You're always looking good, GR. Always looking good. Happy hump day.
Thank you, sir.
Also joining us back on Hump Day edition of Kruse Control, everybody. Always happy to have her here. Creator, writer, producer, Miss Laura Bronco.
Hi, team. What's going on?
How you been, Laura?
I'm good. Enjoying this 80-degree weather today.
Oh, it's been so warm.
It was 93 today.
It was it really? I too did some laundry. I gym tan laundry today.
Nice. It was a laundry kind of day for a hump day, right?
Yeah. Tan laundry, 80 degrees. It gets me moving. Once it's above 80.
Cleaning up for the show. That's what it is.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, Laura is here, baby.
All right, Peppy. Peppy's happy to have you.
Come on, Laura, give me some good news.
Oh, man, I got nothing but good news. It's been a busy week already.
I know, it goes by so fast.
Happy to have you back, Laura.
Oh, thanks, Pep Star. I know you're here.
Everything's been good this week? So we saw you last. Great things happening?
So we're mid-season on my show. So we had our mid-season kind of finale last week. We've been on hiatus, and we dropped bloopers this week as our fun drop on hiatus week. So there's some funny footage of Jenny and I not nailing it.
Come on, you're nailing it for sure. But
yeah, I mean, even when we're not nailing it, we're pretty darn funny. So there's a solid 11 minutes of bloopers if anyone wants to go over to ProPix and watch it. It's pretty goofy.
We'll get you both on here sometime again, just to have the combination, the crossover event of the century. Let's make it happen.
Like a power duo. So
gotta make it happen. But I'm excited for it. Take a little hiatus. Yeah, you do like a bunch of batches at a time, though. You were saying, right? You shoot like a bunch at once.
Yeah. The first time we shot 2, and then we shot 4. I don't think we'll be doing that again. By the 4th one, our brains were mush, and that's where a lot of the bloopers come from. At one point, I think someone's like, yeah, and he's just a guy with a family on the journey of his story. And we're like, what? What did you say? By that 4th show, you're like, I'm done.
It's good.
We're shooting 3 at a time now, or that's the goal. Who knows what actually happens?
Yeah, I mean, you try your best, right? That's all we can do. Keep putting content out there, keep going, keep pushing forward, which you are doing, which is fantastic. And again, that's a big undertaking to shoot that many at a time and then edit them and get them out like that. It's a lot. Well,
I gave myself less than a week's notice to decide to do this, so in true Hollywood form, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna make it show.
I'm just gonna go for it. I love it. That's our philosophy here too. We just make it happen. We just kind of go for it, you know.
We're on your grind. I admire you so much. You guys are such little powerhouse grind machines. Proud of you.
We're something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we're something, all right.
Is that a serious question?
I'm just saying, Peppy. I'm just saying, man.
It was, Peppy. We're always serious here.
Yeah. And of course, guys, Peppy's here. How you doing, Peppy?
Can't complain.
You can't complain, huh, Pep Star? Good to have you back as always. It's hump day, your favorite day, right?
Humpalicious.
Right, Peppy? Peppy's always humping it up all day. It's going to be a good day, right, Peppy? Good day?
Are you ready?
Yeah,
Are you ready? Breaking news.
Yeah, man, let's make that happen. Good to have you here, Pep Star. Good to have you here as always.
Is that a Top Gun jacket? Is that a little Top Gun jacket? That's
He's got his little bomber jacket on right there.
He's got a little bomber. Hi, everybody. I see Queen saying hi and El Santo. Thank you for saying hi.
Good to see you. Always happy to have you all. Welcome back, Kwai, too. Welcome back. I think it was El Santo was kind of saying, he's like, Laura, looking good tonight, I think he said. So you got an admirer out there, Laura.
Muy bonita señorita is what he said.
When I'm on the show, I like to advertise the fact that I'm single.
There you go.
You ought to be careful here.
Yeah, right. Remember that happened here. But Laura, good to have you here.
You're on fire.
Thanks, Peppy. Thanks. Good to have you all back. Happy hump day. It's going to be a good hump day as always. We got a lot going on. But again, doesn't matter what's happening. It could be a Monday, Wednesday, Friday, a Saturday, a Sunday. In a week, there's always one thing going down on Kruse Control, guys. And that is a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, everybody. The first thing I want to talk about is Moana 2. Moana 2 is officially coming to streaming. They were in theaters for 105 days. We don't see this anymore happening like this. 105 days, but I mean, it made sense. They made $1.05 billion, guys. It's a lot of money. A lot of money on Moana 2. With a budget of $150 million on top of that, too. You know, Disney is like, keep this going. I'm waiting for Moana thing. This is supposed to be like a Disney Plus exclusive release, too, as opposed to going to theaters. I bet the mouse is very happy that he took it to theaters instead because, guys, that's a lot of money. Doing great. Unlike the War of Rohirrim, guys, oh my God, the Lord of the Rings movie, the animated movie came out in December, and it was a $30 million budget. And it only made $15 million at the box office.
It made that much?
It made $15 million, GR. And of course, it's coming to Max already. So coming to Max on February 20th, this week is dropping, and then linear streaming on HBO March 1st at 8 p.m. If you do not have Max, you'll be able to watch it that way too. But a lot of people haven't watched it, so maybe it will do well on streaming because nobody else saw it. They'll be too busy watching Last of Us on Max. That's going to be doing great, guys, because the first season did fantastic. Season 2 officially coming out April 13th at 9 p.m. I cannot wait for this. I love the first season. It's going to be taking over White Lotus's time spot. So once White Lotus wraps up, the finale will happen the following week. We'll get Last of Us taking over that same spot. So guys, if you're excited, we got White Lotus, then bam, right into The Last of Us. A lot of great content happening for Max right now. And The Last of Us, of course, is post-apocalyptic, the end of the world, guys. And Terry Gilliam's next movie is about the end of the world. I love Terry Gilliam, man. If you haven't seen his content, like he's had so many good movies throughout his days. Now, you can go back to Monty Python, The Holy Grail. I love that so much. It's a great movie.
You weren't even born, Brian.
It's so good, GR, though. It's so good. It's so good. Come on.
It was.
You know, I mean, it was in 1975. I know it was before my time. But then he also had Time Bandits in 81. He had the 12 Monkeys, GR, in 1995. And now he has Carnival coming. So Carnival is going to be coming out. And what's Carnival about? Well, it's the end of the world. God is sick of society for ruining his Garden of Eden, so he wipes out all of humanity, right? And the one person to save humanity is who? Satan. That's what I'm talking about. Satan's going to come forward, played by Johnny Depp. So Johnny Depp is apparently going to be bored because everybody's gone. He has no job anymore, and he wants to work again, so he wants to bring back humanity. And he tries to find another Adam and an Eve to make his way and prove to God that we have to bring society back because God is like sick of it all, and Satan's our hero. So comedy, of course, comedy. Terry Gilliam wouldn't do any other way. I'm excited to see it. It'd be great. But again, big casting in this as well, because I said you have Johnny Depp, but you also have Jeff Bridges, Jason Momoa's in this, Adam Driver. I mean, this is Emma Laird. There's a big cast here, so it's gonna be fantastic. I'm excited about it. Satan's coming, guys. Satan's coming. And of course, getting rid of everybody, and also they're getting rid of everybody at Marvel. They're starting over again here because the Russo Brothers are coming in for the Avengers, and we're going to see what happens with this because we got the Secret Wars, we got the Doomsday, and Secret Wars Part 1 and 2 happening again. And they had an interview recently. Of course, the first one's coming in 2026, second one's coming in 2027. They're shooting together back-to-back in London. Always going to London, guys. I get you get those big breaks there. I understand that, but bring the jobs back to LA. Assemble in LA. That's what I'm saying. I'm sick of it all going to the UK. I get it, guys. We love the UK. We love Paul from Every Spoilers there. Love you, Paul. But bring the jobs back here, guys. We need it in LA so much. It's been like crickets here in LA. It's getting better, but we need more. But if you're excited about this, not saying much. People are asking, are you going to see the X-Men in here? Are you going to see maybe the Fantastic Four? We're going to get some crossovers, Deadpool, Wolverine. And they said, we're not really sure. We're trying to figure it all out. It's very exciting. They found a story, though, that's going to be challenging for audience, for them to shoot and for audiences to actually understand, but it's going to be fantastic, they say. So, I mean, they're not saying shit. People are asking them. They're not telling you anything. They're like, well, but this character, like, no, we're not going to tell you anything about that. We're still figuring out. Who knows, they say. I don't know what we're going to have in here. We still don't know, but they have a plan. So it's going to be shooting this year. So they have to know they're just doing the Marvel thing, guys. So everybody online saying breaking news about this, and it's like there's nothing to really say here, guys. I'm just gonna say I'm not that excited. It's just two guys at a red carpet being caught and like, I can't say anything, or Marvel's gonna come after me. So I'm more excited about Foundation, guys. Foundation season 3 is in the can. It's done, and they're gearing up for season 4. Now this is Apple TV Plus, a massive show. But the big thing about this, I was talking about the Russo brothers because they really like made that whole end phase of Marvel being the big showrunners for, again, the Endgame and Infinity Saga with Thanos. But David S. Goyer was the big person here as a showrunner for Foundation. He also worked with Christopher Nolan on the Batman movies. He worked on Westworld. He's done a lot of stuff like that, and he was a big factor in here. Well, they got rid of him now for season 4. They got rid of him. He did season 3, which is not yet released yet. They have not announced when it's coming out. Should be this year, which I can't wait for it again. But they got rid of him, which is an alarming thing for me. He did 3 seasons. Why are you getting rid of him now? This probably has 1, maybe 2 seasons left, and this is done. Just keep the same guy. It kind of bums me out. We'll have to wait and find out if the whole thing tumbles down, if it still works out. I hope it still does. I love it so much. He was the foundation of Foundation. That's all I'm saying. And speaking of the foundation of Harry Potter, Dumbledore is officially announced. We talked about it last week. But now John Lithgow came forward and confirmed. He said, yes, he is going to be Dumbledore in the Harry Potter franchise moving forward on that. And he said he got the phone call, right? He got the phone call, and he said he was at the Sundance Film Festival during the time, and he said he really wasn't sure to think about this because it's not an easy decision to make. He said it's going to define the last chapter of his life and his career. And he says he's excited, he's afraid, but he did say yes. He did say yes because he said at his age right now, he'll be 87 years old when this Harry Potter franchise ends. So, I mean, and then a lot of people will just see him as Dumbledore. I get that. You go from cliffhanger to Dumbledore, guys. I'm excited to see it. I think he's a great choice. I think he's a fantastic actor. Give this man more jobs, and he'll keep dominating every day. And, so it's kind of a start over for Harry Potter. It is. And apparently Spider-Man 4 is kind of a start over too. That's what Sony's kind of saying. Because, again, we saw the end of the last one, No Way Home, where everyone forgets about him, right? Spoiler alert, I'm sorry. Everyone forgets about him. And so they're saying this new one is him kind of getting his bearings again and becoming Spider-Man again. And a lot of new people coming in as well. People expect maybe Daredevil. That's not been confirmed. I hope it does. Kingpin, a little branch over. That's a big El Santo. That's a big thing, too. People were saying that about John Lithgow not being British. Might be a problem. We'll have to see if there's any kind of backlash from the fans beyond that. But Spider-Man, guys, big news. The date's moving for the next movie. The date's moving. Big move. July 24th, 2026 is now moving to July 31st, 2026. Big move. 3 big days. Or that's more than 3 days. But I'm just saying people
7 days, Brian.
It's a week. People are going nuts about online. Oh, they're moving the movie. That doesn't mean anything. This happens. They're just shuffling their schedule briefly. Spider-Man's still coming. Hold your breath. It's going to be okay. Unlike Booster Gold, guys, over the DCU, I am excited about Booster Gold. The idea of Booster Gold, I want to play Booster Gold, guys. Come on. Booster Gold's like a superhero that comes back in the past with future technology, and his technology is so advanced that he's a superhero. And he's a fuck off pretty much, apparently, what I understand. But it sounds like it'd be a fun role to play where he's just messing around with people. He's a comedic guy. He's dropping jokes constantly. And again, his biggest power is he has technology, which is fun, which is a lot of superheroes these days, right? But Booster Gold's going to the back burner. Apparently, they had a showrunner involved, but that showrunner kind of dropped out now. And James Gunn said they're still redirecting. It's like that. They announced this like 2 years ago when they announced their DCU slate. But they also announced the Authority on top of this as well. And the Authority is also on the back burner. And, Safran came forward and said, like, we got interest in it. We have remnants of a script, not a script. I mean, James Gunn said the script's harder than they thought it would be. I gotta wait for Superman. He kind of ties into Superman too, so I think this is gonna be a long time coming. It might not actually happen, and I hope it does. I would love to see both those projects, and I want to be Booster Gold. I'm putting it out there, guys. I want to be Booster Gold, and I gotta tell you, it's a big boost for someone's career whoever gets cast in that. Just like Lexi Mindtree is being cast in the new Legally Blonde, and this is gonna change her career too. I know. Well, she's done little projects here and there, but she's taking over as the main player here. She's playing Ellie in this, and the prequel series to Legally Blonde, and she was picked by Reese Witherspoon too on top of that, and she's super excited. And I get it too. She's done like minor roles here and there, nothing massive, and I think when you get something like this as money, she looks like Reese Witherspoon quite a bit. I think that's honestly, she must have talent too on top of that, but she looks like her so much. I'm like, I get it. I get why you cast her when I saw this picture of her, so get ready for that prequel series. I'm more interested in this Andor Season 2 prequel series because Andor Season 2 officially going to be dropping over on Disney+. Of course, this is the prequel series to all the Star Wars movie. Takes place 5 years before Rogue One, which was a great movie. I love Rogue One so much. A lot of those characters are there. Cassian Andor's in there, and he's the main player. The first season, this franchise, or I should say this series has cost them millions of dollars, like more than any other season they've ever done on Disney+. It's got to be good. The new season's dropping 12 episodes in April 22nd, and they're really excited to wrap up this whole franchise. I hope it's great. The trailer came out. I'm going to play it for everybody, and why not? Let's watch the trailer fast. Honestly, I watched this trailer before. I'm going to tell you, the music seems weird to me, but here's the trailer for Andor.
We're in a war. You want to fight?
You want to fight, GR?
Or you want to win?
I want to win.
There we go.
Last night a dream.
It's a good song, but
It's an odd pick.
it's an odd pick, right?
No, it's not odd. It's bloody weird.
Yeah.
It doesn't fit.
Might have been a good idea to pull composer for this one.
Why we have some Star Wars theme behind it or some kind of orchestra,
Exactly.
Well, maybe the guy that wrote it was drunk,
Yep.
Could've.
Like sound or something.
I like the cinematography looks great, but I'm just saying it's just I didn't the first season 2 I wasn't a big fan of. It was okay. This looks better.
Remember this moment. You're here. You're right here, and you're ready to fight.
You're ready to fight. A lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news. Woo! Andor's coming. I gotta say one time. A lot of breaking news. Yeah, it's coming. I like the cinematography, but I'm not really sure about the music choice for that. They've spent so much money on this, Laura. They've spent so much money on this franchise.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think it's like 400 million or something like that, 500 million upwards for like 2 seasons. It's crazy.
They don't want to pop over to Fiverr and get a composer for that.
Right. And
AI might have. We should pop it into AI and see what AI would put over it. And see,
that'd be kind of fun actually to see with this one too.
It probably totally changed the tone of it.
I think it could. I mean, honestly, I'm like, it looks interesting, El Santo. It does, but I'm just like, And I saw Queen said about the Kathleen Kennedy. We're going to dive into that on Friday. This is going to be a kind of a back-to-back on the Star Wars stuff. We're going to deal with Kevin Feige tonight, and we're going to deal with Kathleen Kennedy on Friday because I want to see where this plays out. The Kathleen Kennedy thing, it came out, all the trades are saying she's stepping down, but now they're kind of backpedaling on that. So I'm going to wait to see how that falls. We'll have a conversation about Kathleen Kennedy. I don't think she's going to be gone right away, but I think she will be gone eventually. But I think it's not as fast as people are trying to play it off to be. Doesn't seem like it, but we'll see. But
She's
guys,
getting fired slowly.
a lot of breaking news, GR. A lot of breaking news. Let's keep this ship moving, and we'll keep talking about Kathleen Kennedy. We'll take talk about everybody else, but this is that time for that 1 minute on the clock for all my guests at Woman Every Day would say, this there. That was really fast. Hot takes, let's do it. All right, everybody. Now it's that time for those hot takes. This is that time to put 1 minute on the clock, and all my guests get 1 minute, bring all their hot takes on all latest breaking news. Now, can they make it before that bomb blows up, or will they not? It comes down to you guys. You guys decide. You tell us who should win hot takes tonight. And we're going skeleton crew here tonight. So I'm fascinated to see who's going to win the hot takes. Let's go to the panel. Here we go. This is like head-to-head, one-on-one tonight.
It is.
Right?
The Beauty and the Beast.
The Beauty and the Beast. Here we go. Yes. I'm intrigued by this one. I don't know, Lori, how you feeling about this tonight? I'm going to ask you, do you want to go first, or do you want to send over to Thirsty Daddy?
No, I don't want to make a decision. GR, you make a decision. Do you want to go first? Let GR go first. I'm always before GR.
The Beast will go first.
Okay. I don't want him taking any of my ideas. I don't want him taking
look at that. Cocky person.
Oh, boy.
We've some bad motherfuckers.
Okay, Peppy.
I
Yes,
know
we
it.
are.
I can't help that. It's been like that a long time, Peppy.
Yeah, I know. Peppy, anything to say to GR fast?
Want to go out and hunt for some honeys?
GR.
Always, Peppy.
Okay.
Use the noodle.
I don't have to hunt them. Yep. They hunt me.
Oh, boy. Oh, man. Okay, GR. Let's get in there. All right, GR. It's hot takes time for GR Waters, guys. Here we go. Without further ado, GR, you feeling good about this?
Let's do it.
All right, GR. Without further ado, we're putting that minute on the clock. Yes, El Santo, but we're having a great time tonight. I'm excited about it. It's nice to go small for a panel once in a while, right, GR?
Oh, yeah.
All right, GR. Get ready.
More airtime.
Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes, GR.
Oh, The Rock's coming to streaming after making $1 billion. Not bad. Good family movie, though. Lord of the Rings knockoff piece of shit. It's a non-Tolkien story. Dilligaff about it. Last of season 2. Can't wait to see that. Gilliam's next. The ultimate turning a dirtbag into a hero. Think about it. Making the devil the hero, huh? Russo's new Adventures movies in 26 and 27. Can't wait. The question is, will Captain America and Iron Man suddenly reappear? Foundation for get a new showrunner. I hope he can keep up the quality. Lithgow's Dumbledore, perfect casting. Spider-Man 4, why the hell push it a week? I mean, come on. DCU shoes losing the showrunner. Another blank from the gun. Not a shock. Legally Blonde prequel, Lexi fits the role perfectly. Andor, El Santo stole my line. It looks interesting.
We'll do that one more time. All right, GR. Great hot takes. I'm going to have to give the fireworks still because an automatic thing always gets me, GR. It always gets me. Here we go. Great hot takes, GR. Great hot takes. Here we go.
Thanks, buddy. It was fun.
It
I don't think the music's going to play now. Sorry, GR. You went over. The music's not playing now.
Oh, well. I'm crushed.
Great hot takes,
I had to go over to comment on Gunn and more blanks.
I know you freaking are. You keep going after Gunn. He's going to find you one day. He's going to find you. He's going to find you. GR.
Well, then if he finds me and casts me, then he might get a hit.
Did you hear that, Gunn?
Oh. And Kwai says you remind him of one of his elder monks back in the temple. GR. All right, Laura. How you feeling about this? You feeling good with these hot takes?
Hey, don't worry, guys. You only need 2 people on the panel when I'm here because I can talk for 10.
Laura was like, no, it's good. It's good. I like to have it. This is going to be fun. We haven't done one of these in a while, so I'm happy to have Laura here too. It's always good to have someone who's as versed and into the business and understands it as well as Laura does to be here for like a smaller, intimate night on Kruse Control. So thank you, Laura, for being here.
Thanks. I like the intimate nights on Kruse Control.
Kissing up to the guests again, Brian.
Come on, GR.
You can kiss up to me anytime, Brian. I'll take it off.
Whoa, down, girl.
All right, Laura, it's time for some hot takes. You feeling good? You got that twinkle in your eye? You got this, Laura. I believe in you. All right, here we go. Without further ado, hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
Moana, yes, come find me. I'm ready. How do you say it? Rohorome? I don't know. No.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be out there.
Rohirrim.
Rohirrim, sure, garbage. Last of Us, I'm all about. I'm a little nervous about season 2 because the second half of that show is so different, or the game is so different. Terry Gilliam, Depp as Satan, that's gonna be interesting. But I love Jeff Bridges, love Momoa, love Adam Driver. Sounds great. The Russos, Avengers, boo on a UK, shoot in LA, and I'm not a huge fan of superhero wars, so I don't want that. Foundation, okay, showrunners are always interesting. Walking Dead improved massively with the new showrunner, so I hope this doesn't go down the drain. Dumbledore, John Lithgow, love him and everything. Wicked, freaking Dexter, he's great. Spider-Man 4, generally I like it. Generally I like Spider-Man, so let's do it. Booster Gold, I'm intrigued, but why'd they turn it down? What's the drama? I want to see. Legally Blonde, perfect casting, love Reese, I trust her. And Andor season 2, not one. I just don't know enough about it. But I love action. It looks like a lot of action.
A lot of action, right?
Yeah, I don't know, maybe I'll watch it, but there's things higher on it.
Great action, bad music.
Yeah.
It was a weird choice. It's a weird choice.
It's a little odd.
That editor just loved that song. The editor's probably listening to that song. It was on their Spotify, top 10 on their Spotify. They're like, you know what? I'm just gonna fit it in there. They're gonna love it. I'm gonna cut. It's gonna look great. And they're like, oh yeah, just keep that.
I like Queen's cast me for the next Superman movie.
There we go. You're being good for everybody there, GR.
I like that casting.
I thought you were supposed to be Pa Kent. We were talking about the Kruse Control version of Superman one time, GR. You're like, you were to be Pa Kent, weren't you?
Yeah. A little bit of makeup and they can make me do both roles.
There we go. You could do both. I'd be down to see that, GR.
I'll take 2 paychecks. I'm easy. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that. I don't know. Right? That's a conversation. All of my people get back to your people, and then our lawyers will get involved. And we'll figure it out. Great hot takes, everybody. All right. Well, I'm going to put it out to the chat right now. 1-on-1. Who is the hot take winner for this Hump Day edition of Kruse Control? I'm polling right now. Let us know. Vote it up, and keep us posted. Because I'm super excited to find out who wins hot takes tonight. But while you guys are voting, we got to keep. Laura, I don't know. Are you feeling good about this, Laura?
I'm sweating a little bit. GR's got those hot takes down. He's a pro. I'm just glad Pep Star wasn't in this one because can't compete with the puppy.
Yeah. I was shocked he actually lost in the 300th episode. But then, Paul's hot takes were pretty spicy too. So
I'm gonna say that I voted for Pep Star. Sorry, Paul, but I love that puppy.
Too legit to quit.
Yeah, Peppy. Yeah. Great odd takes, everybody. But we got to keep this ship moving. So let's put that time aside. You guys vote. And now it's time for some quick takes. Laura's like, I got so much to say. Let's have a conversation. Have a quick little chat right now about all the breaking news topics while you guys are voting on our hot takes. So, guys, let's go to the panel right now. Let's have a chat. Let's have a little chat, everybody. So, a lot going on. Of course, We're only talking about that Andor trailer, the music, the themes, a lot of money. But I think the biggest thing is, I can go to Laura about this too, is like the work in LA. Harry Potter is going there. Avengers is going to the UK. I mean, there's all these projects going to the UK and not being here. Now, they had this tax system that's supposed to be passed, and they say, we'll bring more work. But do you think that more productions like this, Laura, will just keep going to the UK and not stick here? Or do you think LA can come back?
I mean, I think LA can come back. Part of the problem is we keep casting people from the UK for everything. There's so many UK actors that are doing American accents, like cast in America. We have plenty of good actors here. They're not short on talent. And yeah, I think maybe the taxes need to be improved even a little bit more. You know, I think we gave an extra $100,000 in tax breaks this past year, but I don't know. I mean, bring back work to LA, whatever it takes. I wish the city would do more to do that. Like,
Oh,
come on, guys, don't charge out the butt for your house. Like, let us use your house and not pay a ridiculous absorbent amount of money.
So much money. Much money. Did you? I love the casting of John Lithgow, though. I know people are going to say about the whole, like, he's not British. We're just having that conversation. But I think, like, where he's at in his career, like, the kind of characters he's played, do you think that he's going to fit this mold well and, like, smash all those criticism away?
Hell yes. John Lithgow's such a talent. I mean, you know that we were both fans of him in his season of Dexter. So and good. Then if you saw him, he just did, was it Conclave? He was fantastic in Conclave. So he's just, I feel like he's an undeniable talent, and he's so good at playing either bad guys that you're not supposed to love that you end up loving because John Lithgow's playing them, or like good guys that, like, you know, he's just good at like layered performance. You know, he can take a good guy and make him bad. Like, he's just so good at layering performance and technique, you know.
Yeah, and if you guys haven't seen Conclave, Laura, that movie's so good, right?
Oh my God, it's
so fantastic.
Good. And there's such a talented cast. Like, Stanley Tucci is in it, and I don't know. Go see it now. I don't even want to say anything about it because it's just that good. And people have a problem with like the twist ending. Like, you guys, get with the times. It's 2025, I think. Yeah. Check my
I kind of thought that, like, I really thought Ray Fiennes was going to become the Pope at the end. Like, he didn't want it, and it was interesting to have that twist too.
Yeah, spoiler alert! You've been hanging out with your spoiler.
I have been. It's been out for a second, you know.
Yeah, Ray Fiennes is great though. He was fantastic. I mean, it's a great movie. There's a reason that it's.
You make a lousy Pope though.
Yeah. Well, GR, what do you think about it? Did you see Conclave, GR? Because everyone's been talking about it. No, I haven't seen it
yet. I'm going to go see it, but I haven't yet.
You should watch it. You know, it's funny. When I first watched it, though, I watched it and, like, I didn't have the subtitles on for some reason. I'm like, you know, sometimes you watch a movie and they'll have something like, this was like in Italian. And you're like, oh, they just have it for a moment. I'm like, there's a lot of Italian that I don't know what they're saying. And then I realized it was like half of the movie. I'm like, oh, the subtitles weren't actually on in the feed that I was watching. And so I'm like, oh, there's so much more story I was missing. But it's a great movie.
The SAG screener with me. It was great. Everyone was there. The director was there. Stanley Tucci was there. Ray Fiennes was there. It was like the entire cast was there. It was fantastic. And they were so nice. They came out and, like, talked at the mixer, and that was that was a DGA screener, I think. Yeah,
I could see the Tooch being a great person. I could really see him just being like, you know,
everyone was so nice.
I loved his like his like tour in Italy where he's like eating all the food and cooking and stuff. It was really fun. It's on Max, but I think it got canceled, or is it still going? I really enjoyed it.
Look into. We can talk about it next time I'm here.
I know. Yeah, we'll figure that out. GR, this the Lord of the Rings cartoon. Are you shocked it did that bad?
Not in the least. I mean, they take a great art writer's work, make something up, and try to pass it off as his work. I'm sorry. It's a piece of garbage. You
did say that before. Like, this is not even by Tolkien. This is totally unsanctioned. This is not going to do well. And it did make $15 million, which is not, I mean, it's not nothing. It's good, but it's not amazing.
Called, in the industry now, Brian, that's called chump change.
Yeah, well, especially after advertising and marketing, you know, it's like you're not really, like, you think, oh, that's not that bad of a loss, but if they spend maybe $10 million on marketing, it just starts adding up more and more, and it's like, that's a pretty big loss. It might find some traction on Max, though, GR. Do you think it could?
Good joke, Brian.
It sounds like it was somebody everybody's pet project. Like they love it. It's like their baby, so it's still going. You know how that goes.
You know how what the Russians say about that?
What's that, GR?
Tufshitsky.
I don't know. It could be something good. I mean, look, the animation style looked great at least. I gotta say though, I know Laura was saying about The Last of Us being a little worried, but the first season was so good, Laura. I really hope that they can still channel that, harness that, and bring in that energy again. And you got, again, a lot of new characters, a new story. It's gonna be changing. I never played the second game, but I hear like, the new characters really take the forefront, right? Is that true?
Yeah,
Is Joel's character as big?
You might want to like watch it on like, you can watch it on YouTube, or you can watch like a playthrough, and you might want to do that just to like get familiar with the story, because I don't know if you noticed, but like the first season, so as far as like people that I know people who are video game fans that were really split on this. Like it was like a 50-50, like I love it or I hate it. For me, I'm a huge Last of Us fan. I bought the game for my ex-husband and watched him play it through. We were married then. We don't just normally hang out and I watch it. But we were married then, and I watched him play through the whole game, and it was Game of the Year. But then when they turned it into a TV show, I think people thought they were going to be getting, first of all, a new storyline, which it's not. It follows the games. And second of all, like the biggest thing I feel like people get annoyed with, and it relates to like most zombie series, is that when people tell stories about zombies, you guys, when you're talking about zombies, yes, the games you're playing and you're going to see a ton of zombies, and like that's the point. But when you have like these post-apocalyptic creature worlds, including zombies or fungi or whatever, the point is to examine humanity. It is to look at how people act and how people betray or are loyal or the decisions they make. And I think a lot of people didn't like that this show was focused mostly on people and not fungi monsters.
Well, even the game though, don't they wear like gas masks a lot in the game too, because they don't be breathing in the spores in the air from the fungi, right?
Yeah, there's like certain areas where that happens in the game. They did explain on the show why they eliminated that, and it makes sense because like how are you can't talk with a gas mask. It just would be really hard to watch that. But like my favorite episode was that episode, I think it was like 6, when she was in the whole burning down of that restaurant. She gets kind of like kidnapped and she's in that restaurant with that guy, and like she's just at that moment where you see Ellie like grow up and become this like super empowered but also traumatized woman child. Like she's still a kid, and she's having to like axe someone to death.
Yeah, just get in there and just like murder somebody out of nowhere, and like at that age and like being thrust into that world like that, I can't even imagine. But the intensity of her acting was fantastic for that too, Yeah,
the focus of that episode was essay, and like, I just remember watching the whole thing, and I sat there at the end, and I was like, I like couldn't even catch my breath. Like I just sat there, and then I got so sad, and then I think I started crying or something because it was so like that was a really moving, like touching episode, and it just was like. That was like such a great build to that, and you just see Ellie become this like rage monster, sad girl. So, really good.
And I was going to say though before about the masks thing though. I think that comes down to Pedro Pascal's like, I'll do this, but I'm not going to wear a mask the whole time. I did that once for Mandalorian. I'm not doing that again. I'll do the show. And I just think that he was great in it. I think that she was great. I think the castings. I mean, we have also like the new season's got a lot of new casts coming forward too.
They're in like a frontier town. They've made it to a town, whereas the first season is mostly just like a small group of people getting through post-apocalyptic worlds. We're gonna get into like a town, which is what kind of like Walking Dead goes through different communities. We're gonna get into like a community. So, and it's his best friend that he's reconnecting with, and it should be really good. If you like people.
I really Catherine O'Hara's in it too, and I really excited to see Catherine O'Hara in this as well. I'm like, I just love everything she does. I just hope it's good. GR, you're more excited about Legally Blonde prequel, aren't you, GR?
Oh yeah. I so loved the first 2 movies. That were
You probably have never seen those at all, have you, GR? No.
Maybe 5 minutes of one of them,
Yeah.
You gotta remember, I have kids, Brian, and
that's true.
They had that crap on the TV.
That's a great casting, though. You look at her; she looks like Reese Witherspoon, doesn't she?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, she's got the blonde look down pat. She's a
that's.
beautiful young woman. I mean,
And I love that she's only done like a few like smaller I think she was like an NCIS or something like that. Like she's done like some small
Law and
parts. Law and Order. That's what. I wish I had the dung dung. I wish I had that. I gotta put that in the show. I gotta put that.
The
in
bottom
the show.
line is, Brian, you called it. This could be a breakout role for this young woman. I mean,
And it should be. I mean, it could be. I mean, the fact that Reese is producing this behind it is telling that story. I'd imagine like they'll probably do more seasons, and then they might do some of that Dexter stuff where they flash back and forth, or maybe Reese does voiceover as well. That could be fun. They're doing that again. They're doing Dexter New Blood or Original Sin. They're also going to do it with the Trinity series for Dexter as well, with John Lithgow doing the voice of Trinity. That stuff's going to be big, and I think there's going to be more shows like building off that. I think it could be good. Laura, what do you think about a prequel to that, Legally Blonde?
I mean, I am a little torn on it because I really do trust Reese Witherspoon. She's very involved with all the projects she takes. She's usually I'm assuming she's producing this as well.
Yep, executive producing. She actually picked her too. She had to decide on the casting, everything. She's very involved.
At this point in her career, like I think it's like she's producing or she's not doing it, and I really admire that about her. And every set I've ever been on with her, she's like very outspoken. She has a loud voice and creative control, and she's a really good female artist. However, that being said, I'm not really sure what the storyline is going to be, because the whole point of Legally Blonde is like, you know, her big scene where she's in the courtroom, and like that's like the whole center of the movie. So I don't know if this is just like her learning about lawyers and having admiration. I'm just interested.
We're going back to high school, Laura. They're going back to high school. So it's her.
I know. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be rom-com. I'm wondering if they're going to do almost like a 90s style high school romance. But I'm going
to give that a womp womp. What's it lead to? Oh, this inspired me to become a lawyer later on. You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I mean. It just doesn't seem like there's a ton of room to get me interested in. Like, what is it about the debate team?
Right.
The teacher that inspired her.
It could be. And Queen, yes, the zombies always take over the earth in these movies. Always happens. Of course they're going to. Unless you're when is it going to happen? Unless you're like Shaun the Dead. Shaun the Dead, they're just playing video games and drinking beer, drinking pints.
Yeah.
Okay, my kind of video, isn't it? Yeah.
That was a fun movie. If you guys ever seen Shaun the Dead, that was a fun movie. But
the reason the zombies take over the earth isn't because they're like really tough enemies. It's because the viruses are so contagious. The idea is, like, imagine if COVID was a zombie virus. There'd be a lot of zombies right now.
There'd be a lot of zombies. Yeah. That's
if COVID was real, it would be a problem.
Oh, GR.
Here we go. Now we're really.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying COVID didn't exist. I'm not saying that at all.
Oh, it's definitely real.
I'm just saying, on a contagion level, that's usually the issue.
Well, that's what the Chinese were trying for, but it didn't work.
Oh, that's a whole rabbit hole right there, GR. That's a rabbit hole. That sounds like why Foundation happened, because Foundation was about going against the Empire and finding a way to actually like rise up before humanity's gone. If you guys haven't watched Foundation over on Apple TV Plus, I love this movie or this show. You guys should check it out. It's done great. I always think like what they've done with it, like having like 3 different emperors, like Day, Dawn, and Dusk, is a fantastic idea of a clone. 3 different, it's the same person, but a young, middle, and an older version. I think they did a great job with that. And I think what they're doing moving forward is great. But getting rid of the showrunner is never a good sign to me. And I think getting rid of Goyer is a problem. I love Goyer. I think he's done great projects. I mean, he has had some hits and some misses, of course, too. But I think Foundation was a hit. And it makes me worried about where it goes. Makes me worried where it goes, GR. Getting rid of a showrunner that late in the game is kind of weird, you know? Like first season.
Like I said in the hot takes, I pray that the guy can keep up the quality.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the key, you know.
And it's the guy Ian who's coming in. He was the showrunner for Fear the Walking Dead, which is it was a big spinoff of Walking Dead. It's done great, so you would hope that he has an idea how to take something like this to the next level.
I'm knocking on some wood here, Brian.
Yeah, I hope so too. Before we move on, we have a winner of hot takes. Before we move on, the Booster Gold thing I saw.
Sorry, guys. I thought the bag that had my power cord for my laptop, it did not have it. So I had to emergency run out, and now I'm here again.
Oh, you're good. You're good. They didn't even know, Laura. Nobody knew until you just said it. I was covering for you. I was covering for you.
You know me, Brian. I'm a truth teller.
It's true. I'm just like doing my little.
That can get you in trouble in this town.
Shimmy shoe. It can. But I was gonna say the Booster Gold thing. I saw some questions about Booster Gold. This is again. I saw Queen say he's kind of a good Kang. He's a character that is like a celebrity. He's got technology. He's from the future technology. He's getting back in time, and because of that, people are like think that he's like the most amazing person in the world. But it all comes down to future technology. Why he is so advanced, and he's like cocky and he's cracking jokes. I just think like. I mean, if Ryan Reynolds wasn't already Deadpool, he would probably be a great version of this character. Also, Brian Kruse could do it. I'm just saying. But I'm saying there's a lot of people that could probably do.
I would cast you, Brian. I would cast you.
I would love to be Booster Gold. I think it'd be fun. I don't know. It could boost someone's career to gold standard, GR.
Oh my. You went for it.
I'm right there. Great quick takes, everybody. Great quick takes. We do have to keep this going. I don't know. That was cheesy. I know.
That was beyond cheesy.
Yeah, it's okay, GR. Sometimes you gotta be cheesy.
The problem is I can't get the knife out of my back. I can't reach it.
Well, we're gonna find out if you can, because we do have a winner of Hot Takes, everybody. We have a winner. I'm closing the poll without further ado. 1-on-1. Who will win Hot Takes tonight? You have voted. We appreciate you. And without further ado, our winner of Hot Takes for this Monday edition of Kruse Control is Miss Laura Brunkow. Congratulations, Laura!
Thanks, guys. I really think I was really trying through topics, but trying to stay relevant information.
You agree?
I achieved my goal. And trying to be cute while I did it.
I'll give you a round of applause on that, Laura. Round of applause for Laura. Great hot takes, Laura. You battled and you fought and you conquered the thirsty daddy. I think he's okay, but he is.
I'll survive, Brian.
You'll sleep tonight still. You'll still sleep tonight, GR.
It'll be hard, but I'll manage.
Yeah. Well. Someone who's managing these days is Rachel Zegler, and I would say the backlash she's gotten from fans again Snow White, it's a problem we've talked about multiple times, but now she's spinning a little bit. I want to talk about this. So can we talk about Snow White? I feel like we've had so many conversations about this movie, and it hasn't even come out. It's been in development hell for a long time, and they did massive reshoots. It finally got done. Guys, when it's all said and done, when you look at this movie, they have spent, now I'm not even kidding about this. Ready for this? Brace yourselves. $269 million on this movie. 269. That's a massive thing. And they're only projecting 63 to 70 million opening weekend. And it's because, again, I mean, politics aside, because Zegler gets a little political and she starts going after the fans. That's always a problem. Here's a conversation we always have on Kruse Control. It's like, you're a brand, when you're an actor, you're a brand sometimes. And you shouldn't attack the fans. When you attack the fans sometimes when a movie's not even out, it just kind of like tanks the box office. It happens all the time. She apparently was kind of fighting with Gal Gadot over some topics too. And I liked her. And I saw a West Side Story. She did a great job. And I've seen her in other things too. And I think she's a great actor. I just think that when you start attacking the fans, look what happened for Amelia Perez too. Going after fans, what happened to her? She was up for all these. She's still up for the Oscar, but she's not going to win, I don't think. The thing is that the bad press, they shut it down. But this movie itself, now she's spitting the bad press, and she's pretending like she didn't say. I really hope this movie does well. I like Snow White. I don't want it to go bad. I don't want it to do bad. They had the reshoots with the Seven Dwarfs. They changed all that. They were supposed to have them be like not dwarfs before and make them all different variations of like people from all walks of life. And there was a lot of backlash from fans about that. So then they reshot a bunch of things to actually make it like appropriate to the context. But she came forward and said, I'll interpret people's feelings about this film as their passion for Snow White. And it's an honor to be a part of something for which people are so passionate about. That's what they keep talking about. We're going to love that. We're going to have the same sentiments around the world, and all of us are going to give our best to this project because the fans are so passionate. And she's like, it's exciting that people are so, they're talking about this, they love it. They're excited about Snow White. It's like, no, they're talking about it because they're like fighting you because you're fighting them online. And that's why people, and now she's trying to redirect it because the movie comes out next month, you know? And it's like, I want to do well. I don't want to trash talk her. I don't want to trash talk anybody. But when you start fighting the fans, it becomes a PR nightmare for the studio and for you and your career. And that's what she did. She dug a hole, and she's trying to get out of it now and ignore that she dug that hole. And I don't think it's going to work. The fans are not going to go out and see it after this, and I hope they do, because I do think that Snow White's a great telltale story of Disney for like years. I think it's something that could be beautiful on script or on screen, and I just don't know if people will watch it unless it's streaming on Disney Plus because of all the backlash. I just don't think it's to work out as well as I think it would. I know Laura's got to take it. Let's go to GR though first. GR, what do you think about it? Does she put her foot in her mouth? Is that why this is happening? Or do you think that she feels sincere about what she's saying right now?
I think she's full of shit is what I think. I think it's another classic case of an actor opening their mouth and not putting one foot in, but both of them, Brian. And this movie is going to bomb because the young person couldn't keep her mouth shut.
It's Gal Gadot too as the evil queen. I think she's gonna be fantastic. I think she'll give it her all.
She'll be the best thing in the whole damn movie.
Oh, did you see I don't know if you saw like her as like all done, which is like, yes, there's the apple. You know, and she's doing that. Like she looks creepy.
I scare you, dear. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, you know, it looks great. And I even like the trailer. I know people hate on the trailer a lot, but I just think that this is like bad press. You know, they say no press is bad press, but like this is just bad press that people are just gonna boycott it. And it could be like a War of Rohirrim thing where it just like does better on streaming than it actually does in theaters. Will you go see it, GR? Is there any chance in the world that you'll go see it?
FFC, Brian.
Fat fucking chance?
Yeah.
I'm getting him down, GR. I'm getting him down. Laura, this happens all the time, and it's like I think that it's probably her PR team, but also her trying to just get out of this hole. I'm happy she's not digging deeper because some people like. If you saw like the thing about Amandla from Acolyte, they did that Disney Plus Star Wars show, and Amandla went after the fans so much so that she like did a rap making fun of the fans, and it only tanked the show even further. It was insane. Like she's like. She's calling all the fans trolls, all the Star Wars fans and stuff. And I'm like, that's not helping your scene. At least that Rachel's not doing it.
You piss all the fans off. Who's going to come see the movie? I don't like what.
I don't know. How do you think that's going to help you at all? Do you think that this is a good thing that she's actually kind of redirecting it this way? Or do you think that maybe it's too far, too gone?
Hey, it's probably too late. I mean, was it a race issue? I missed the like chatter about this.
Yeah, it was about the war in Palestine, all that. You know what I mean? She got into that. Yeah, she got into that. And
damn mouth shut, you guys. If you're a working actor, I'm sorry, you don't get to have opinions. You just don't. Like, you don't get to have opinions. I have a lot of opinions about that. It's affecting my family. But like, if I was heading up Snow White, I don't know why I would be talking. Unfortunately, that's the way this career works. That's the way this world works. If you want to go into politics, become a politician. Become someone who deals with policy. Don't become.
And then you can lie all you want.
Right. I mean, to answer your question, Brian, I do think this is just PR team. I had the exact same thought as you. I think it's her PR team being like, okay, here's what you need to go out and say. I don't think she actually means that. I think she's probably very upset. And we're all allowed to have opinions, just not if you're a huge actor in a brand new movie coming out. You just don't touch that stuff. When will we learn?
And a big thing like this too, like Snow. I mean, like, I would say the Disney, like, kind of like reboots of the cartoon, the animated ones haven't done as well as you'd expect them to do, but they still make money. And it has a built-in audience. And I know Disney is very, contained when it comes to it. They want to make sure they cover everything. And I think we talked about a little bit with you. I'm not sure, but the Amelia Perez thing, it's like what Gascon did too. It's like, if she would have just like Yeah, she's going to the Oscars, by the way. She said she's going to the Oscars. She's making Netflix pay for it, even though she stepped away from everything else. But like she didn't listen to her PR team and just start blasting people online. And then you just dig a hole deeper. And not to say that you can't have opinions as an actor, because actors can. But like, your representation of the studio, of the film, you sign a contract a lot of times that say you can't say certain things unless they're cleared by your PR team or the studio. It's just legalities when it comes to it.
You're affecting all your other cast members. You're affecting everyone who works in the movie. I mean, it's not great. It's a tough thing. Like, I do feel like you should be able to share your opinions, but maybe keep them away from your movie. It's weird. I have at least wait till the movie releases. I don't know. I mean, I also don't feel like if this does tank, we'll be able to entirely blame her, because you also have Gal Gadot attached. You have Greta Gerwig. I think some people are questioning Greta Gerwig's direction with things because of they didn't like Barbie, which I don't know what to say about that. I liked Barbie. I actually think it's really good. And like people were like, oh, like For America's speech was terrible. You know, like it's Barbie. Just go, like, pay attention to the themes. I think the people that didn't like Barbie didn't understand Barbie. That's my opinion about Barbie.
Yeah, I thought Barbie was a fine movie. I wasn't like over the moon about it, but I thought it was a fine movie. You know, it was very well done. The cinematography was great.
The art department,
the acting,
the cinematography was fantastic.
Art department was fantastic. There was a lot of funny jokes in it too. I think what Margot Robbie did was amazing. I do, and it, you know, I think she was a perfect Barbie. Like you could have just like pulled that doll out of the box and it's Margot Robbie. You know how she portrayed it.
It's really hard to touch anything political. I like that movie because it examined toxic men and toxic women. Because Barbie was toxic in that towards Ken, and like if you couldn't see it, like the writing's on the wall. I don't know, and people just didn't. I felt like for a lot of people that went right over their heads. Like, but I think that makes people question Greta in like her films, and I think her attachment to this is probably having some people who didn't like Barbie hesitant to go see Snow White.
Yeah. And then also, you know, did you see she's doing the wardrobe, the wardrobe, what's it called? The wardrobe? Yeah, she's doing that, yeah.
This is interesting that she's dialing back to all these almost like fairy tale kind of movies when she did Barbie. I just can't tell what her genre is. I mean, maybe she's trying to regain some range doing these, because they're not, I don't know, Barbie is like very sex relevant, political relevant, like I don't know, gender rights. Like it's interesting to then like kind of dial your career back and just be like, I'm gonna do some fairy tales.
And she's doing like 2 or 3 of them too. So it's like she's like doing like all of them. So
very clear. That might be her agency. It might be her agents being like, we want you to do these after Barbie, but it's an odd move for me. I would think
Santo, you're right.
Like loftier, higher art.
Yeah.
It's not.
You think it'd be something like an Oscar-worthy type deal, but
that's what I'm saying. Like I would
her and Daniel Day-Lewis, like, and he's like, you know, now he's working in the mean streets of the meat factories, and he's like a butcher or something like that. And I don't know, something different as opposed to like The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe. We've done it how many times?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love a good fairy tale. I'm all about fairy tales. I just think there's a lot of, after Barbie gave her the platform, like why not go bigger?
Good point, Queen.
Yeah.
GR, what do you think? Okay, I mean, honestly, she's the way that she stepped into this, and like this is a big opportunity for her. GR, I know she's done. We saw West Side Story. I know people were talking about that in the chat too, but this is still like a big thing. Being Snow White, I think that's massive. Are you surprised that Disney didn't shut her down faster when she started opening her mouth about all this?
Yeah, very much so, Brian. I mean, as we said with the other, when we were talking about the other young blonde, excuse me, sorry, I got all choked up over that. Mm-hmm. The Legally Blonde thing, that actress is perfect for the cast, and if she keeps her mouth shut, she's going to be a star. Yeah. This one was, as we said in the old days, SOS, stuck on stupid. She kept opening her mouth and saying things. And as far as I'm concerned, her career is done.
But as Laura was saying too, do you think this is like her PR team came in and they were like, okay, this is what we gotta do. The movie's about to come out, so here's what we gotta do. We gotta do some damage control, or you're pretty much gonna be done with us. Do you think that's kind of what happened?
I don't doubt that for a minute. I mean, they're all freaking out, going, "Oh God, you're gonna cost us millions," and she has.
I think.
But,
I mean, it could. There's also more to say about that though too, because I think there is a lot of people that have been kind of like sour on these. Like, I mean, Mufasa didn't do as well as they wanted to. It did well, but didn't do as well as they wanted to. I think that people have kind of gotten sour on this like whole let's redo these animated movies in live action, and I think people are like, it's kind of like a cash grab in a lot of ways. I think they could be fantastic, but
I think these are just what you said, Brian, cash grabs.
yeah,
Because most of them, I've seen a few of them, they suck.
Yeah.
I still find joy in them somehow, GR. Even Aladdin, like I know people like Will Smith. I'm like, I got it. You can't have Robin Williams. Let's go completely opposite and have Big Willie style be, the genie. I'm like, all right, cool, let's go. I laughed as him as it.
I'm like, sure you did. I'm sorry.
If they could have, Laura, you'll probably agree with this. If they could have, they would have used Robin Williams as the genie in there. If they could have.
Oh, yeah. Oh, why would you? Don't fix it if it's not broken. What?
Yeah,
What?
they just couldn't. He signed a contract before he died saying they can't use his likeness for 20 years. So Disney wouldn't do something like that. So nobody would do that.
AI for them.
No, but wait till that 20-year thing's up. You'll get, I'm back again. It'll be just like that again one more time, And
you're lucky it's not Friday, Brian.
I was with Rob Williams one time, and it made me smile for like the rest of my life. So I'm happy I got to meet him before he passed away, because he was just like that. What a great actor, outstanding human being. I can't talk any bad word about him. He was like, second team, second team, yes, thank you so much, thank you much. I was like,
Brian, according to the rules on Friday, you're opening the show with about 10 drinks.
yeah, we're not Friday, GR. It's Wednesday. It's hump day. But
it's close enough. We're marking them down.
Okay, you can't tell him for later, GR. You can't tell him for later, man. It's on the spot. It's live. We're live, GR.
As your technical director, I'm allowed to.
Well, that's a deeper conversation for later. Laura, anything else to settle before we move on from this about Rachel and the whole situation over there at Disney?
I'll probably see the movie. Like I do. I like that they put a lot of money into it. I hope the magic's really cool. Like we have all these cool effects now. Like Wicked was fantastic, and I think a lot about. In Wicked, there was all these cool technical things. There was a lot of like opening wardrobes and shutting wardrobes, and everything was in time. And it's a musical, so it'll be fun to see. This is a musical, right? I think they're doing a musical version. Yeah.
That's why they cast her too, I think, because they're singing,
Yeah, and I'm very hopeful for it. I do think it's really interesting to have like a brown-skinned Snow White, because isn't her name?
That was a big backlash. That was a big backlash too.
That was kind of my question. It's kind of like, who was it? Samuel L. They were going to cast an X-Men as Magneto.
There was Denzel Washington apparently they're talking about, that was like the whole thing about like being the Holocaust survivor. It goes into a whole different world, when they look at the backstory of that character.
Yes, that was really important. But like the whole point of Snow White is that her skin is white as snow. Like I am really open to switching races on characters that I don't feel like it's relevant to the character, but when it's a piece of the character, can we just diversify the rest of the cast? Like, I love Gal Gadot being the evil queen. There's just a million other characters you can play the diversity game with. When it's relevant to the character's identity, it just really confuses me. I'm like, why do we have to try that hard? Like, that's like being like, let's cast a male Snow White and make it like a homosexual story just for the fuck of it. Like,
GR bought that ticket already. GR bought that ticket yesterday.
Hell, I'm gonna be a co-star in that one. What the hell?
I just think it's so forced. When
get it, Snow White?
Like when the character has a specific look or a specific ethnicity, or like, okay, leave that one character alone and make the whole rest of the world diverse. It feels forced and like too snowflake-ish, and I'm a moderate leaning left, so I can say snowflake without being ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I just don't know.
Yeah, it's a big change, and I think Disney has been trying to do that with all these reboots. They did it with Little Mermaid as well too, which there was a lot of backlash. I think Haley did a great job still, but I know there was a lot of backlash about our Ariel in there too. And it's like they've been trying to do that with these changes. And sometimes people just don't go see it because of it. But I think it's a sad thing because these are great stories. These are great stories, and it's so simple.
And if you want to change Snow White, then just write a whole new story that's reminiscent of Snow White and cast her as though, like, why isn't the whole story taking place in Mexico then? Write the Mexican version of Snow White. Like, you can do that. I just don't really, I don't know. Like I said, it feels forced. It feels like it's like a woke thing. And it's so like, what does it, I don't know.
Does it have to be? It doesn't have to be. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be any of that.
It's square peg round hole. There's a lot of white girls that can play Snow
Queen.
White, and you can cast.
You see what Queen said?
Yeah,
I should find other fairy tales to ruin.
Internally, Queen. I was like, yep, correct. Like, I don't know. It's odd to me. The girl's beautiful and she's super talented, and I'm all for it. But there's a lot of white girls that can sing out there. I don't know. It's just really weird. It's weird to me.
You know it.
Yeah.
All right, Peps. Yeah. I agree, and I think that they could have, but there's this whole movement that kind of happened at Disney. I think that'll be changing a lot now because they kind of been like, these movies haven't done as well. I wonder after they spend almost $300 million on this, if it doesn't do well, I think they're really going to start maybe assessing that. We'll see. I hope it does well. I really love Snow White. I think it's a great tale, but we'll have to find out what happens next. And it comes down to the audience. Will they come out and watch it? Are you going to watch it out there? Everybody let us know because we want you to keep us posted.
Apparently, our viewers have basically written it off.
Yeah, a lot of people have. They pushed this multiple times. So, I mean, a lot of people have. They had, again, massive reshoots. They had the whole Peter Dinklage thing where he came forward and was mad about how they were using dwarfs, and they change it, and they change it back. And it's like a whole thing. So that's why it's only called Snow White. It's not called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs anymore. It's just called Snow White because they're getting away from that. It's just, things change and, throughout time it does. But like a story is a story. You're rebooting that story, do that story. People will come to see that movie,
Yeah. Or, I mean, if you're going to go all the way, just culturally embrace the whole thing and put some like Latin flavor in it. I'm not opposed
and change the whole thing.
Like changing stuff. But like, I would rather see an original story then. Just tell me a new story that's reminiscent and has the theme.
I mean, the story is Snow White and Seven Dwarfs. You tell me there aren't some vertically challenged individuals working in the industry? Come on.
Well, that was a whole thing that Peter Dinklage came forward. But then a lot of people who have not been working were like, hey, why are you taking these jobs away from our community?
You're taking opportunities away from that community that's been fighting so hard to get some roles. Like, come on, don't take the ones that exist away.
Yeah, that's like a built-in, like, oh, we're for sure going to have opportunity here. They're like, to do this job, and then it's just gone. But they did update it. They changed it. I just don't know. It looks like a lot of CG to me. So we'll have to see if it's any good. But, it's a bigger
story.
Yeah. Well, people get mad about that too. And people are getting mad also, GR, about Kevin Feige. We've been doing at Marvel too. There's been a whole thing going on. And the creator of Deadpool actually came forward to say some harsh words about him. So can we talk about that in Comic Corner? So Kevin Feige, everybody, been running the Marvel reins for a long time, been in there. But honestly, I tell you, so as it's been going with a lot of these movies, we had Ant-Man didn't do as well. Brave New World just came out, and a 60% drop in box office turnout its second weekend. That's a massive, massive fail for the actual
68%, right?
68%, yeah, right, Jared. 68%. Woof, that's a big drop. It's a big drop. So much so a Deadpool co-creator came forward, Rob Liefeld. Now, of course, he's been part of a lot of this. Deadpool Wolverine just came out. They had put a lot of little Easter eggs for him in the movie as well. But he came over and said that post-Avengers Endgame, he says it's time for Kevin Feige to step down. He says, take Kevin Feige off the mound. He's spent. Because, again, that's a big drop. These last 8 movies have been not doing as well since Endgame. And I got to tell you guys, honestly, it comes down to this. They were trying to expand the television world. And we talked about that, and Paul, Sean, too, last week, that the television world did not work the way they thought it was going to work. And I get it. They were trying to expand and do more characters. That kind of makes sense to me. Let's do it on the TV world. Now, your problem is your interconnectivity. Everything's got to be connected. And they say it doesn't have to be, but it still has to be. And we're doing some of these characters that I'm just like, why do we need this? Like, I just don't see it. I like Moon Knight. Guys, I love Moon Knight. We did that show. That was great. Fantastic series. But then even like these what if ones, I'm like, whatever. That's what I think when I see that. I know like Miss Marvel, some people love Miss Marvel. I didn't really see a lot of people don't really care to watch it. And that just kind of did well. And it branched into the Marvels. And that was sad because it's like you get this massive female combination right here and the movie bombs. And I think that there's just like, it became superhero fatigue on top of that too. I don't want to blame Kevin Feige just for all this. I don't want to do that. I do think that, they have to figure some things out. And they hope that bringing the Russo brothers back, I think, is going to fix everything with, again, Secret Wars. Oh, Secret Invasion. That was a shitstorm too. That was like, I heard they almost like didn't even release that because of how bad that show was. It was not good. It was not good, guys. But I think they think the Russo brothers, like the goose that laid the golden egg, and they're going to fix everything and make it great again. I just don't know though. I feel like that you can only hope for that, but I feel like something new, somebody different would have been better. Robert Downey Jr. coming back to be, that's some people are complaining about him being Dr. Doom now. You could have got Cillian Murphy as Dr. Doom. Like, that was a big person up for it. That would have been interesting, fantastic, and different. So, I mean, is that Kevin Feige to blame? Yeah, it kind of is. But I just don't think that, there's also the Kathleen Kennedy effect. People are saying maybe Kevin Feige will take over Star Wars too and do it both. It's too much, guys. I think he might need somebody else in his ear at this point. There needs somebody else to be like a cohabitant, like two people working together. Maybe that could fix Marvel. But I think we're going to find out soon what happens with this new phase moving forward. I just think they tried too much for the TV shows. It was just too much. I think that he won't be gone, though. When you hear, like, Kathleen Kennedy thing, I don't think Feige is going anywhere. And even people come up like this guy, Deadpool co-creator, I don't think it's going to change anything. I think Feige's stuck here. He's here. And I hope the best for him to make this better and make it work again. Laura, what do you think? Do you think that someone like this is a big person, the co-creator Deadpool? Can he inspire more people to take Feige down?
You like tried to make a Captain America movie without Captain America. Like, when Chris Evans says, I'm done, we're done with Captain America. Choose another story and, like, don't make movies without the person that was cast as the superhero that the movie's named after. Like, maybe people are just done with that. I don't know. Like, I get it. I get that the comic book and the super fans, it's going to go on and it goes the way that they took it. But, like, I also think people are just, like, sick of it. And then you take the guy out that is Captain America. Come on.
Yeah, that was a big move, and I like I said before, we talked about this like last week too about Anthony Mackie. I think Anthony Mackie is a great talent, but it's like people see Captain America, and then and Chris Evans was like, he was really a great Captain America. He fought to not be Captain America. He was like, they turned the offer down 3 times until he finally took it, and I mean, that says a lot. But also, I say this, is like, he was so good, perfect casting for it. It's hard to replace someone like that. And it's hard to do it this fast. They did the show at Falcon Winter Soldier, and it didn't really do that well.
Yeah, like, if he says no, I do think, okay, so there's like burnout in acting, there's exhaustion, there's whatever. This like era of like this Marvel Avengers era, in my opinion, is over. The actors are burned out, the fans are burned out. Like, we just need some fresh stuff, and this isn't it. Like, I don't know. We're going to go back to Jurassic Park. That's coming out, right? So, I mean, it's just like, you gotta, like, I don't know. For the fans to stay engaged, I feel like you can't have 45 movies in the same... It just doesn't work.
It's a lot. And I think the series just kind of killed that momentum they had before, because they were like, it was like an event type deal. It becomes the same thing I've said about actors a lot of times. It's like, I think that the movie star was a thing because you only saw them on the big screen. And now since social media, all these new movie stars are like, posting pictures of their asparagus they made for dinner and their dog taking a shit. And then once you start having that, it's like that fatigue or that mystique of them is gone. And I think that with the superhero thing, we had too much.
I think it just has less to do with that, and there's just too much of this particular franchise at this point with this cast. It's like, it's overkill to see Chris Evans in freaking 14. How many movies is he credited in as Captain America? It's just time for fresh faces, fresh casting, fresh characters. Like, it's just time. And then I also agree with you on, like, going silver screen to streaming and television. is a bad move. Like, if you have huge theatrical releases and that's what you're doing, you don't start all these. I will argue though that I think like the Penguin did very well and will continue
Oh,
to do
so
well.
good.
But that's because there's only like one movie with him as the Penguin. There's not a whole like. I wonder how many credits Chris Evans has as Captain America and how many Avengers movies. Because how many?
Probably at least 13, 14, 15.
That's what I think. There's probably like 14 movies where he's like, we're just done with it. We're ready for someone else. Captain America.
Yeah, but it's beyond Captain America. Feige made a couple of critical mistakes. He killed off Iron Man. He kills off the main characters and wonders why the follow-up crap that nobody knows about.
That doesn't mean anything in Marvel, though. You can bring Iron Man back with some. I mean, they've done it. Like, they killed.
They're gonna bring him back. They will.
Back. You know,
the point I'm making is that you kill off the guy that made the movie.
Yeah.
Iron Man is Robert Downey Jr.
Right.
It isn't me. It isn't Brian. And it isn't some other actor, even if we know him. No, you're not big enough.
But
Robert Downey Jr. is like he's a small guy and he's like my height.
Oh, I thought he was taller than that.
Mm-hmm.
It's all camera trickery.
He's like 5'9".
My point is just wipe out. Once Chris Evans is like, I'm done. I don't want to be Captain America anymore, and everyone's burnt out. Like, just recast the whole thing and make new movies about new superheroes. I like the idea of the Golden. What is he?
Booster Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Just new people, and I want to see more X-Men movies, and I want like stuff that's been gone for a while.
Well, that's what I'm going to. Is again, Kevin Feige he started in all the X-Men movies. That's where he was over there at Fox, and he did the first few X movies. He was there with Hugh Jackman at the beginning. That was great. I mean, like, make them. It's time for them. And I get why they're doing it. They're it's an audible. It's like, okay, now the shows have been doing that well. Movies have been doing that well. We need Robert Downey Jr. We need Chris Evans. Get them all back. Pay them what they want. Bring them in. And that's what they're going to do with this. That's what they're doing. They're totally going to do it. Because even Chris Evans is like, I'm not doing it. But the trades came out like a couple weeks ago being like, oh, he just signed on for multiple movies, but he's like, oh no, that's a lie. And I'm like, no, when the trades come out, like, you can't hide it, man. Maybe your contract says you have to, but we know better. It's like even Captain America, the budget came out for like all the trades. IMDb had it, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, Variety, they're all like, yeah, it's a $320 million budget. And then afterwards, they're like, oh no, it was on $188 million. That's it. That's what Disney came over afterwards. And I'm like, oh no. There's no way that's true. You're lying to us, you know? You're just lying to us, and it's just like,
and you're shocked by that, right, Brian?
I'm not shocked by it, GR. You're right, I'm not shocked. But GR, again, like I know you said about the Captain America thing, and we talk about Captain America. I thought the movie was fine. It's a fine movie, but again, it's just like it's like a Disney Plus TV show episode. Harrison Ford couldn't make it feel like. I mean, Harrison Ford was the best part of that movie. He still was.
I was trying to say, I don't think Kevin Feige could have done anything to make this Captain America movie good. There's nothing that's going to make the fans.
I'm sorry, guys. It wasn't Captain America.
I mean,
No.
what
could
he have done? Like,
I mean,
if some guy got a hold of the shield,
but
doesn't make him Captain America.
And it's like Bucky and Falcon, they both become Captain America in the comics. But I think it's like to do that though, I think you would have had to tease it longer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, because a journey.
Yeah.
And you have to have Chris Evans like somehow giving that blessing, which they missed the window on that. Like, just give me a new cast.
Yeah, he hands in the shield, but like I would say this way. I would say this like I'm looking at it, I'm like, geez, like they missed it. You're right, they missed it. But I just saw like what they're doing with even in Captain America. They said, oh, he's like nobody wants me to be Captain America. He keeps saying that in the movies and stuff. Like if you keep bringing it up too, it's just gonna keep being addressed in the public, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just like, but is this Kevin Feige though? Do you think that Kevin Feige will actually be replaced because of this though? What do you think, Laura? Is there a chance that somebody up high, Iger maybe, would be like, okay, now it's time to step down?
Replaced is a strong word. I think they'll just start a new franchise, and whether or not he's involved in that, he's just going to do something different. He'll just get back on X-Men or something else. You know, like it's like whatever. He's not done. He's not like down for the count. He's not out. And I think I just can't see this current franchise continuing. No one is interested. You've lost everyone. We're lost.
We're lost. I like the Lucha Libre universe here that Queen and El Santo's talking about. Let's try that.
Fun.
I mean, there's still curiosity. Like
Making me hungry.
Fantastic Four comes out this summer. I'm intrigued by it, but also those movies have always tanked. I'm still intrigued to see what the Russo brothers do with with the Avengers. But I'm still like, it just feels like they don't know what they're doing, so they're just throwing them into hope that actually makes money like the old ones did. I just don't know. We should do more martial arts films. Shang-Chi that was a great movie.
And like all the just all of the martial arts movies. Bring all that. Let's do kung fu again. What happened to that shit?
It's gone. It's gone. I mean, even like the Rings of called the Rings of Power. That was a Shang-Chi story. That was I like that a lot. The first one was fantastic. The villains were good. Everything was good about that. The bus scene. That bus scene was so good. They split the bus in half and they're using all the magic and they're all fight. It was cool. It was cool. Let's do more of that.
We want original stuff. Everyone's doing all these played out. Like we already know all these stories. We already know all these. Give us fresh faces.
Don't whine.
Yeah.
Whiny. Tired it is.
GR, what do you think? Do you think there's a chance that Kevin Feige could be pushed aside, or do you think that he is so in there that the mouse will not let him go?
I agree with excuse me. I agree with what Laura said. I mean, they'll just move, or maybe you said it. Somebody said it. They'll move him over somewhere else.
Yeah.
He's not. They're not going to lose him. Not yet. Yeah. But 5 or 6 more of these movies bomb like Captain America had.
Here's the Deadpool creator, GR. So the Deadpool creator, he's been saying, like, you think that his words could actually mean more to start that revolution against Feige, though? Do you think there's any chance at all?
Oh, there's always a chance, Brian. Come on, let's admit it. I mean, in Hollywood, you're everybody's hero one day, and nobody wants to talk to you the next day.
That's like the life of an actor sometimes, you know? It's like you're gone, like, gone just like that.
And we love the business, but we know that reality steps in and can bite you right in the tuchus.
I still was so bummed that Ant-Man didn't do as well as it did. I'm like,
I wonder why.
All I gotta say is so bummed. You think you got gold and it's gone, but I don't know. I think Kevin Feige's here. I think he's not going anywhere. I think they're gonna they probably had some conversations with him about like, hey, what are we doing here? And maybe that's why we have the Russo brothers coming. Maybe that's why we have Robert Downey Jr. They're expecting this to save Marvel, but I think there is a shakeup happening as this Kathleen Kennedy thing's happening. That'll be our part 2 on Friday. We'll talk more about that, but I think that there's a shakeup happening. I'm interested to see in the coming days what happens with this Kennedy story. If there's more news that comes out, that's why I'm holding off a little bit. But I think changes are in the air. But I do like some things they're doing. I'm going to tell you, that Daredevil show is coming, and I'm super excited about Daredevil. The ads are everywhere. I look so good. And I love that again, John Bernthal is coming back to be Punisher too in that. And again, they just said that he's getting his own special over on Disney+. It's exciting, guys. We'll talk about that in our feature story of the night. Everything is incredibly affected by diminishing returns. 100%. 100% it is. But I think with the series, at least with Daredevil right now, over there on Disney+, I think with Daredevil, they're really going to start seeing some big changes on their TV brand because they're already calling this like the best pilot, best series they've done on Disney+. You have John Bernthal coming back to be Punisher in there. You, of course, got Charlie Cox coming back as Daredevil, D'Onofrio coming back as Kingpin. You got the cast coming together, right? And that's that Netflix universe. And they're redirecting it, reworking. They did a massive reshoots on that, guys. We've talked about that multiple times on here because there was going too campy, opposite direction, losing the heart and the soul of what Netflix's Daredevil was. And Bernthal's character of Punisher was probably my best favorite adaptation of Punisher. He's so good, guys. He's just amazing. I was like, Shane from The Walking Dead to this, like, I just love him in this show. And I love what they brought him back for. I'm interested to see because he's going to be actually helping co-write this new special on Disney Plus about Punisher. Now, I think all these characters coming back. We talked about the other day that they're talking about the Defenders coming back. I think they're all coming back. And the fact that you're getting this Punisher spinoff this early, and then Daredevil season 2 is about to start shooting, and that's going to come out. This has actually come out the same time as Daredevil season 2. It's at least a year away. We got some time. But I think they have more trust in a more real, authentic, gritty type series, and that's awesome. And then away from the camp a little bit, getting more into like the realistic, and that might be their route to figure it out. And that might actually save Feige too. But it's Bernthal along with Ronaldo, Marcus Green writing this, and Ronaldo is also going to direct it, and it's going to start airing in 2026. I'm interested, guys. I'm excited. Please give me more of this Daredevil universe. I'm all about it. Give me more. Like I love it. I think that what they do with that before was so interesting. The dynamic, the battle between D'Onofrio was such a talent. And I hope D'Onofrio is in this special too. I hope they keep bringing him back everywhere. Like he should be everywhere. He should be like the villain in the next Spider-Man movie. I'm ready for that. But I think this is great. I think they see something that's working and they're going to stick to it and give these actors an opportunity to come back and thrive in the Marvel universe. I think so. And I think this is a good thing that Kevin Feige's doing. And this might be a saving grace for people too. What do you think, Laura? Can this save his television stuff by having something gritty and real that the fans are going to be drawn to?
Well, let's talk about this for a second, because I actually did really love the Netflix series, and part of it was, I guess, did you watch the original Netflix series, Brian?
Oh, I watched all 3 seasons. Yeah.
Do you remember the first episode? Just like the quality of production that was put out. First of all, they got a DP that like had almost no credits, and I
didn't know that. He was, it was good. And the kid was great too, Laura. I love the kid. And he did a fantastic job playing that version of Charlie Cox's Daredevil. Oh, did we lose Laura?
I think she froze.
Oh, she froze. GR, she'll come back. When we get Laura back, I think she froze. Yeah, that first season, or the first 3 seasons are great, but I that first season is epic. It's so good, GR. And then how they end it in the 3rd season, they'll be picking up right where they left off. That's what they're saying, but it will go a different direction. What do you think about that? Is that something that they maybe need to start leaning into? Stuff that's worked with Marvel that wasn't Marvel before, and leaning into that and making that, kind of, manipulating it to work into this universe?
Well, it can't hurt. When something's successful, why not go with it?
Yeah.
I mean, when you killed off all your big stars, you might as well bring something new in.
Well, that's what I love too, because there's this built-in audience for Charlie Cox's Daredevil, and like Bernthal as Punisher. People have I would say they've never really had a good hit with Punisher before, and I think they saw how Punisher worked so well in that franchise, and they see the demand for it that they pushed for this. And I think that's a smart move.
I agree.
That's a very smart move.
Yeah, and
know your audience.
I think this Daredevil is going to be the best one yet.
I think so too. I put it on your Disney Plus queue. I'm like, GR, when it comes out, you have to watch it. You have to watch it.
I'm going to.
You got to check it out. You haven't seen the original ones, have you?
No, I haven't.
You should go back and watch those. You should. I should get on your Netflix queue so you can watch those, because they're on Disney Plus too. They're on Disney Plus. You can check them over there. They all moved over there, but you should check them out, GR. I think you really love them. Laura's back.
Oh,
so
yay!
Hey, yeah.
There we go.
I was going to say that
it's hell to lose the rose when you got all you got left was 2 thorns.
It's true. Very true, Laura. Uh-oh.
Did she freeze again?
Uh-oh. Yeah. The GR, you jinxed it, man, with the thrones and the roses and all of that. You got
thorns, bro, not thrones, thorns.
Thorns. That Punisher Warzone was something, Queen. That was something. Laura, I love the cinematography. You're right, for that first episode. It's so good. It's so good. And I think what they're doing with that is going to be fantastic. I see you. Yes.
You can see me.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes.
Now we can.
Yeah.
Okay. Hi. I'm back.
Bam. Back with a vengeance.
Anyways, I don't know what happened. There were some technical difficulties.
The cinematography is awesome, though.
Yeah, cinematography is so good. And my whole point in this is that they did that whole Netflix series right. The problem wasn't with the series. It wasn't with what they did with, it was building up to get a little cheesy and off of
There were moments, of course.
But I think the biggest problem with that was that they decided to put 4 freaking shows on Netflix that they expected people to watch all at once. And it was supposed to lead into this massive event, which I love the vision, but you can't have all 4 shows running at the same time. It was, what were the other 3? It was Luke Cage.
Oh, you had Luke Cage, you had Jessica Jones, you had Iron Fist.
Oh, Iron Fist. That's what it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. He was the weakest link. Let's be honest. He was the weakest link.
the shows progressively got less good as they were released, and I like respected this grand vision, but they did it backwards. You build the Walking Dead universe by starting with The Walking Dead, and then you break it up into now what's four freaking fantastic shows. I don't know if anyone's been watching these little side projects from The Walking Dead. Dead City, the Rick and Michonne show is really good. All of them are fantastic. Daryl, and then Book
Daryl
of
Dixon.
Yeah.
I haven't seen Daryl's yet. It's really good. I saw the one with.
So good. It's so good. It's so rich, such rich world building, and like the characters are so good. But my point is that you build all these characters together. You watch them all. You don't start with 4 separate shows that people have to watch an hour of. Like, it's not at the same time. I don't know.
I was shocked that Iron Fist had like 2 seasons too. I'm like, I really thought that only had 1 season. That's how I blacked out from that one. I just tuned it out. I'm like, I watched the first one. I'm like, this guy, I don't think he'll be back. And then they're talking about them all coming back, like everybody coming back. Ritter wants to come back.
It's all on one show. Like, don't give us 8 shows to watch right away. And also, the way that Walking Dead universe has been doing this is they're releasing 1 show at a time. So first it was Dead City. That ran that's Maggie and Negan, and that ran for a season. And then they put on Daryl Dixon, and then they put on the ones that live, which is Rick and Michonne, and I think there's one more that's supposed to come out. I'm missing one.
That one was fascinating.
Book of
like
Carol.
Book of Carol.
Yeah, which is the second half. That's Carol's side of Daryl Dixon. It's technically part of Daryl Dixon's show, but yeah. You liked.
I guess if you're into zombie movies, I guess this is gonna be great.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
it's a theme tonight. There's a lot of zombie things out there. There's a lot.
Well, that's why I brought up. We talked about who lost the showrunner. The second season of Andor, right? Or no,
Foundation lost theirs. Yeah.
Foundation. So the Walking Dead franchise IMO got saved because I think it was Scott Gimble was originally showrunning on that, and they promoted Scott. He was promoted. They brought in this excellent female showrunner. I can never remember her name, but she's known for saving series. And it was like that big lull after they brought Negan on because he jumped the shark when you have him killed.
Maybe they promote Feige.
Promoting. I don't know.
I like that. Promote him. Yeah.
Oh, it was a promotion for sure. He's like,
there's no sarcasm in your voice at all.
They can move Feige over to Star Wars and just be like, this is a promotion for you because Star Wars is not working that well as this will push you over here, promoting you. And then we'll find somebody else to come over and take care of Marvel. And that could be what happens after Secret Wars. It could be.
And I don't know. I'm just really interested to see like what happens on this show because I did feel like the first Daredevil series on Netflix was so gripping and so fantastic when it came out. It got all convoluted and messed up. So I really hope everything's concentrated into one show that we can watch and get into all these characters on, and then maybe they can split it up later.
And Ray Stevenson.
Well, if they all get sick and become zombies, then we won't be anything to watch.
Yeah.
Why not? Right? We can make our own show. We can shoot the zombies, make our own show about real zombies in the world.
Well, I can do the headshots. You know that, Brian.
Yep, we got that, GR. You got that covered, man. You're in it. I'm excited about this Punisher series, though. I think it could be fun. It's like a special. It's like Werewolf at Night. They had that on Disney Plus. They're kind of.
I have one prayer for that. I hope it's better than the last 3.
I hope so too. I mean, but this is Denny. But Bernthal is he's a great Punisher though, GR, and he only played him in the Netflix shows. You know, he had his own series too. But he did 2 seasons.
No, I just hope he's as good as I want him to be. Because
well, he had a whole thing. GR.
As El Santo said, the first ones, Punishers had a spotty film career.
Yeah, they did, and I think that was it Tom? For the first Punisher, Tom something. I'm going blank on his name, but he was like, it was okay. It was okay. Hung. You ever see that show Hung? He was in Hung before. He was the lead guy in that. It's funny. That's the show that I think about when I hear about Hung. I'm like, I don't know when the casting was coming out for that. I'm like, what is it about?
Touching that.
It's about what you think it is, GR. It's about like a guy that has a very big driving force in his pants. And
I don't know if that's my show, Brian.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
can't
that's something I really want to watch. Yeah.
But I can't remember. Tom something.
Someday, after all, you picked the right
Yeah,
day
right.
to show up.
100%. But I'm excited to see where this one goes, though. Let's keep this moving, keep it going. I think what Bernthal did before was fantastic. He said that he didn't want to come back unless it was done right. He said before he was signed on for Daredevil, he said, I'm only going to come back if we actually stay true to the character I developed on the Netflix series. And then a month later, they said he was coming back. So I think that Disney must understand it. And that new showrunner that came in said that he got, because they shot a bunch of Daredevil before, and they scrapped a lot of it. They used some of it, but they said that the new showrunner came in and said, you miss Foggy, you miss Karen. They're the heart and soul of that grounds mat that actually brings the drama in. Without them, you're missing the heart of the show. And it's just, and he says, I will. And he goes, I'm only going to do it. It's going to be great. He brought them back. They weren't supposed to be in it at all. They were I think there was one draft where they were killed them off in the first 30 minutes or something like that in the show. But there is one thing to worry about in Daredevil. They did say that in the first couple episodes, there's a massive event that happens that's going to rock the fan base. And it's to change Matt Murdock's direction for the whole series. And I hope that they still don't kill Karen and Foggy, because that was a thing that was supposed to happen, but I hope they don't kill them, because they are the heart and soul of it. And that's what the showrunner said. Keep them around. Maybe we'll get zombie Karen and Foggy. I don't know. And then Daredevil can be fighting zombies. Have something, but
no, bring them back from the dead in a Marvel way.
In a Marvel way. In a what if Marvel way, GR. But we'll see. But I gotta tell you guys, Punisher's coming. Special Punisher. And what happened at Marvel? We'll see what happens with Feige too. We'll keep you posted. Again, I talked to you more about Kathleen Kennedy, but we'll talk about that on Friday, guys. But as always, happy to have you here, guys, on Friday. Happy to have you here, Hump Day. Happy to have you on Hump Day. Thank you for being here on Kruse Control, everybody. Hope you had a great time tonight. It's always fun. We got to get a little intimate, a little bit down into it, a little nice conversation. Like we all like to have here every once in a while on the show. Had a good time. Hope you all had a great time. Laura, thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Hope you had a fantastic night tonight. Thank you for being back on Kruse Control.
I did. Thank you to the fans for voting me on my hot takes duel with GR. I was nervous.
Yeah.
And don't worry, guys. Anytime you're short on panelists, I can talk for everyone.
And Laura, tell everybody where to find your show.
Pro Picks Podcast, you guys. It's on YouTube as well. And then we're going to be dropping our full season in about 6 weeks here on all the podcast platforms. But for now, we're on YouTube at Pro Picks Podcast. You could probably just Google me.
You can find it. I'll tag it to the video here too, guys. So you come back, you'll see it. So you'll get all that.
Social, you guys. I love having Brian's fans in my DMs. I like when you guys slide into my DMs.
Make it happen. El Santo, good to see you too, man. Queen, good to see you as always. Appreciate you. And Laura, thank you for being here on Kruse Control for our Hump Day edition.
Thank you for having me. I'm always
happy to have you here. And also always good to have the Thirsty Dad here too. GR, happy to have you. Hope you had a great time tonight, GR.
Well, I did. It's fun here. We have a good time.
We try to, GR. We try, right?
Yeah. And we drink a lot and have fun and have interesting co-hosts like Laura who know what they're talking about. It's nice to have.
Thanks, thanks for the love.
Give me a treat.
Peppy, no treats right now, man. You've been fine, okay?
It's not about you tonight, Peppy. It's about Laura.
Yeah, right.
I want all of this. All the smoke.
All right, Peppy, calm down, man. Happy to have you all here. Thank you again. We got to keep those numbers going, everybody. You got to keep spreading that love. We're going to keep going. We're not going to stop. We'll be back on Friday. But please tell everybody, tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmas and grandparents that came over to GR's yard. And GR's like, what are you doing here? They're like, why are there people in my backyard? I just woke up in the morning. Why there's all these people here? And I'm like, GR's fine. They're going to have a big party in your backyard. There's chinchillas, beavers, and bears. It's your birthday, GR. It's your birthday. He's like, I don't want other people in my backyard. I only have squirrels. Squirrels are all loud. And then Kobe, his dog's there, and Kobe's like, I don't know what the hell's happening here, but they're all having a great time. They're having balloon animals and pets and puppeteers. I don't know what puppeteers are, but Laura's there too, and she's brought all the woodland creatures with her too. She's like Snow White in her own form, guys. They're all following her. She's following her. We're having a great time. There's kangaroos, beavers, bears, badgers. Oh my God, the skunks are there, and the skunks are playing poker with their pinnacle. I don't know, and they're naked. They're naked. I tell them they dress. They don't care. They don't care. But we care, guys. We expect that you guys care too, right? We love you guys. Have a great night. Happy hump day. Take care of yourself. We'll be back on Friday as always. So please enjoy yourselves. We couldn't do this without you. Keep those numbers going. Like and subscribe. Love you guys. Take care. And until next time, see ya.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the pep star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back.